With no further ado, I want to introduce our hosts for the 90th anniversary Miss America telecast, Chris Harrison from The Bachelor and Burke from Dancing with the Stars. Joining him on stage, our executive producer, Tony Eaton from Tall Pony Productions. So we'll put Brooke in the middle. Beauty has to always go to the middle.
That would be my idea.
Hello, how is everyone?
I think this is going well so far. Since we have no idea what we're supposed to do, we're just going to say a few words, and then I think Brooke's going to sing.
I was going to dance out here, but I thought you had enough excitement already this morning.
Because I know you guys, especially with all of the people on the stage, would like to see Paul and I here, I'm sure, out of all of this.
No, go for it.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be back. I've hosted Miss America once before. I believe it was 6 years ago. It was the last show in Atlantic City. Unfortunately, I think I killed it off the network for a while. I don't necessarily think it was my fault. I just happened to be there at the time. But it is an honor to be back, especially for the 90th. I can't speak for what they have been through, but what I can speak for, as a host, it is one of those iconic roles and iconic jobs. Oh, no. Wow. That was awkward.
And there they go. But we're prepared for those kind of moments.
Who's producing this thing? Aren't you? But anyway, no, in all seriousness, it's one of those roles in television that you want to check off your bucket list. Hosting Miss America is really one of those iconic roles, so really honored to be back. I'm very excited, obviously, to get it back on ABC where it belongs for number 90. So, and very excited to share the stage with the beautiful, talented Brooke, who we've really worked with, and we're really happy to be together for the first time.
Yeah, it's only taken us 10 years and ABC to give us some support to get on the stage together, but it's very exciting for me, and I'll second that. I've actually been watching Miss America since I was a little girl with my mom, who has been watching Miss America with my grandmother since she was a little girl. So my mom actually was ecstatic when I got this call, and it is an honor to be part of such an iconic organization that's respectful. And I just want to say how impressed I am with the ladies, because I think that beauty runs very deep, and they are not only beautiful, but they are talented, and they are intelligent, and they are standing for a lot of really important causes between the community service and the charity work and the scholarship programs. A really impressive group of women that should not be underestimated. So I'm honored to be part of it. I'm looking forward to the live show tomorrow. Chris and I are going to have a great time, which means we get to make it all up.
Did not know it was live.
And I'm going to try that crown on, if I do get an opportunity.
And putting my 2 cents worth, in September in 1954, I think it was, ABC broadcast the first television broadcast of the Miss America pageant. Coincidentally, 5 years later, I emigrated from England, and my family emigrated from England, and the first television show I saw was the Miss America pageant. So it's great to be back on ABC. We've been doing shows. This is sort of a home network for everybody up here. So without further ado, perhaps you have some questions. Just throw them out to the people that you wish to question.
Tony, my name is Rachel Todd. Good to see you.
Miss Florida.
2009. I should be backstage if I was a contestant this year. The stage looks absolutely gorgeous, by the way, this year. It looks phenomenal. Everybody agree? Not as beautiful as Brooke, but it looks cute. Chris, my question is for you. As a host of a show where people are looking to find love, and then on the contrary, women here are trying to maintain their independence and achieve great things before they actually settle down. So what can you say about the differences that you're seeing between like the women here and the women you find on The Bachelor? Admit nothing, Chris.
There's a lot less hot tubs and champagne on The Bachelor, that is. It's funny, they're really not that different. The people that I work with on The Bachelor, and first of all, two very different animals, and serving two very different purposes on television with the drama. And what we do on The Bachelor is very much real, but it is also a bit of a soap opera, and we're telling a story, and we really drive up the drama and all that. But with that aside, the men I have met on the show are equally impressive, equally independent, strong. Not all of them, some of them. But what I've seen here at Miss America, and I kind of have to go back too. If you know my past at all, I went to a little school called Oklahoma City University. We happen to have the most Miss Americas ever of any university. We're very proud of that. Several of them were up on stage earlier. So I kind of have a background of what the pageant system, what Miss America means, and who these women are and what they stand for. So I am wholly impressed by what they are. Although I don't think any of them would shy away from a relationship, and hopefully one of them will become our next bachelorette. I'm also casting this weekend. Are you single? You are?
Don't do it. Come and dance on our show instead.
The way it works, and Brooke knows this, you go through our show and then you end up on Dancing with the Stars.
That's
It
right.
is beautiful synergy.
You know the drill.
Right there.
Casey Smith with 4 Points Magazine. I have two questions. The first question is to Brooke Burke. How do you handle being a family person who has several children, I understand, balance your professional career, being away from your kids, and what advice would you give to contestants who are moving in that direction?
The question of the year, and a loaded question at that. It's amazing how many people ask me how I balance it all, and I've really come to accept the fact that balance is a very difficult thing to strive for. For me, having 4 children and being a very devoted mother, it's about setting your priorities in the right order, and my family always comes first. I feel so blessed to have the career that I have and to be able to do the work that I do in television, which we were just talking about earlier. It's really icing on the cake. So for me, it's about family. I've accomplished more as a mother than I ever have before, so I truly do believe that you can be a powerful woman and you can be an entrepreneur and you can have a career and have all those other things as well. But it's just about knowing what's important to you and making time for everything, and that means family, motherhood, career, myself as a woman. There's a lot of action going on in my household and in my life, but my family's here with me, and I try to incorporate them and include them in most everything that I do, and they know that Mommy works, and they respect that and understand that, and I communicate with them a lot about what they can expect and what's happening in my life, and somehow or another I'm pulling it all off, so it's an ongoing challenge, but it's good. I'm very blessed.
Thank you.
Tony, can I ask you, and over here.
Hi, Robin.
Robin?
Brooke, Chris, hi.
Robin.
Welcome to Vegas. Tony, what have you had the 2 hosts shooting so far? What do we look forward to being new tomorrow night and different? And I would love for you to just walk us all down the decision that you've made about the voting in terms of, does it become 15, then 10, then 6, then 4? How is that this year? So those are 3 questions all in one.
I heard that voice backstage. I'm like, it's Robin Leach.
Robin's here. So, first off the bat, the first thing we shot was last night on the roof of Planet Hollywood. We rented a helicopter and put a space cam on the front of it, and all 53 girls and the hosts were 40 stories up in the air as we flew down the strip and shot them talking about the opening of the show, introducing the show to America. It's a good network opening.
Very ambitious shot. It's fun.
And then, as far as the voting goes, the elimination, we will begin with 15 semifinalists, and then it will be whittled down to eventually 5. I won't tell you all the steps, but there'll be 5 ladies on stage at the end, unlike last year, when there were 8, I think. So, there's some new stuff in the show, which I can't tell you either. But no hints. But the stuff that's worked so well in the past will all be there again. So, and having 2 great hosts who are equally adept at doing hosting duties allows us to do a lot more things in the show with great confidence, because it's a live show.
So basically, you know nothing now.
So thank you for that.
Your Honor, yeah, go ahead and finish your question.
Sorry about that. The Bachelor is obviously peppered all over the internet and social media worlds, and you get, I'm assuming true things are told, and I'm assuming there's a lot that runs on the internet that isn't. What advice would you give to the new Miss America who may or may not be under the fire in the social networking world?
She will be. It's impossible not to. I did an interview the other day, and we've had leaks on our show, and I know Dancing with the Stars, you never find out who's on Dancing the day they announce it. You find out 3 weeks before because it's on the internet. And someone asked me, what can you do about it? And nothing. When I started The Bachelor, it was 9 years ago, there was no Twitter, there was no Facebook, there was no blogging, there was no texting. Sorry, it's my wife. Rookie mistake. Oh, you guys should know, though, that I just turned off my wife to talk to you. You're my cover. I'm in Vegas, all right? You're my cover. And I said, look, national security with WikiLeaks. Like, if our government can't stop it, how do you think The Bachelor's going to stop it? It will be out there. Miss America, especially this 90th, is going to be front and center. And whoever wins The Bachelor, all of a sudden, old boyfriends, girlfriends, teachers, whatever, looking to make a dollar. It's amazing how it changes people. Whoever is crowned tomorrow night will face that same thing. Old boyfriends, old pictures, whatever. And if she didn't live in a vacuum her previous 24 years, whoever wins, probably that age, then stuff's going to come out, and you just have to be very careful. You have to just remember who you are, remember who your friends are. But it's going to happen. It's going to be stuff that she's going to deal with. It's unfortunately, and sometimes fortunately, because Brooke and I, we use it to our favor a lot of times. That's the world we live in. You're not going to avoid that.
And can I just add to that, too, because I've spoken a lot about social media in the past years, and I'm very excited about that component this year with the pageant. But I think that times are changing in media, and it used to be there was an article or something was published, and there was an interview, and it ended there. But now there's actually an opportunity to have a full circle conversation because of social media. So there's an opportunity for everyone to really let their voice be heard and to let it come directly from the source and to really share your truth. And I think that's a really positive thing about social media. It's a little bit scary to put things out there and to allow other people to have a live conversation about it, but it's also an opportunity to take control of a lot of those issues. So I'm a big believer in that, and I think it's very powerful, and I think it's a very unique time in social media. And also very exciting for the public to be able to be so heavily involved this year.
Totally agree. Bad for publicists.
Well, two things. To Brooke's in there, I guarantee you she doesn't think twice. You never don't think twice about a picture you take now, or something you say, or it's amazing because it probably is going straight to Facebook or going, I'm in Vegas, and if you're out having a glass of wine or drink or whatever, and someone wants to take a picture, you have to kind of be cognizant. You have to be smart. And I'll tell Miss America number 90 tomorrow night, before you Twitter anything, wait till the next day. If it still seems like a good idea, then do it.
Sleep on it. That's a good one. But there is a great opportunity for people to create their own platform now and to let their voice be heard because of social media. So there's safety in that, and times are changing. So it's something that everybody needs to get involved with.
Brooke,
Yes.
you said Grandma watched it and Mum watched it. Do you ever think of competing?
Good question.
I knew that question was going to come up, darn it. I did. I dabbled a little bit in the pageant world when I was younger, and yes, and I'm really honest when I say that my mother is so excited that I'm finally able to be involved in some way. Yes, I did. The problem was I didn't have the talent to be able to compete in Miss America because these ladies are really serious. And although I learned how to dance on Dancing with the Stars, I had no idea that I could do that. So I really have the utmost respect for all of these ladies that have the confidence to compete and to really be judged and to really take part in the competition that is so powerful in many different areas. Looking back, I should have, would have, don't know if I could have, but wish I might have. I don't know how well I would have done in the talent category. But I'm happy to be here. This is my moment with Miss America.
Yes, right here. Our future bachelorette. Go ahead.
Oh, goodness. I'm Juliana. I'm Miss Nevada 2008, and I'm with TMG Pageant Network. I just have a quick question. You two are hosts for, obviously, some of the biggest reality shows that we have, and As the host for what may be the original reality show, Miss America, how do you think you've been able to incorporate your jobs to promote the pageant this year for the 90th anniversary?
Well, we've been tweeting a lot. I published a blog on Modern Mom, which is an online community that I have, really just rallying the audiences to try to get everybody involved and to tune in and to watch and set their TiVos. But I think it's really just about spreading the word and being excited and talking openly about it. And it's such an honor to have an opportunity for me to be able to host a show like this. So just sharing the excitement, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've had fun back and forth, with Twitter and Facebook and all that. But really, I think more so about what it's bringing to the show tomorrow night is, Brooke does a very dramatic show with a lot of moments. And it's, when you're hosting The Bachelor, Dancing with the Stars are very similar in the way of, really knowing when those moments are there. And that's what Miss America is about. And some hosts have approached this with more of a joke, trying to get your jokes in. And so for me, I really want to be a messenger for Miss America. This is a very dramatic show. And I know I use that word a lot on my other show, but this really is an amazing reality show. And Paul and I were talking about, there are some crazy moments where tomorrow night, there's 12 girls on stage, and only 10 of them are going to perform. And so literally, there's 2 girls sitting there in their outfits thinking they're going to perform, and they're not. I mean, that's as dramatic as it gets. They have made it this far through their entire life to this moment, and they're sitting on stage ready to go, waiting for their name. And so those moments are what Brooke and I hope to bring out to you and the audience tomorrow night. It is a very dramatic show, and I know it's fun and the pageantry and all that, but really, when you add in a live audience, I mean, it's a great sporting event. And so I really hope to bring that out tomorrow night.
That's my wife.
It better not be my wife.
Lauren, I'm on the stage right
Takes
now.
the call,
Yeah, thanks for making me look bad. No, you know what?
He has to, because she's a producer.
But in all seriousness, here's what's we're running late on rehearsal, so as soon as we get in here, we're running back to the theater to jump back in rehearsal, and because we've all kind of really dove into this thing, and we didn't quite get through it today. So
Right, a little bit more to go.
Tony, let me just ask you technical questions for tomorrow night. How many cameras are you using? What's the total number of people involved in the production? How long have you been working on it? Some fun facts and figures and stats, please.
The dry stuff is 12 cameras. There's probably 200 people working on the show. We start working on the show. The beginning of the show really is in August, when we started to put together the online media components and get the America's Choice videos out there. That were put on the internet, I believe, in mid-November. And the show really has about a good 3-month ramp up in order to make it work right. This is probably the most expensive show we've done in a long time, as befits its return to network television. And we'll see what happens Sunday for the ratings.
Okay, I think we need to wrap this because I know Tony needs to get back for production. We're going to take one more question. Anybody have one last question?
Me again. Brooke or Chris, if you guys were judges, what would you be looking for this year?
I think it's really a question of finding a well-rounded woman who is confident and capable and really willing to put her voice out there for the right reasons and make a difference, and a young woman that believes in herself and believes in the causes that she's fighting for, and of course she has to be beautiful and poised, and I think it's going to be extremely tough. And from what I've seen so far from the contestants, they're all very special and unique in their own way. And it's really a matter of, I think, the impression that they've made on everybody and throughout the hard work that they've done this week. I'm glad I'm hosting and not judging.
Yeah, I hear, and again, I'm no judge, which is why I'm hosting and not judging, but I hear it's an amazing year. I hear it is one of the best ever. No slight to anybody else who's been in a previous contest. But for some reason, it's funny, when you watch Miss America and you see her, all of a sudden you realize she just has that it factor. You can't explain it. It's intangible, but they just have it. And holy cow.
That's my wife.
But it's just amazing that, and so it's hard to describe, but when they walk on stage, you'll just know it, and you're like, that girl has it. That girl is Miss America, and I think that's what the judges will be looking for. That's what I would be looking for.
To possess that quality, to stand out amongst 53 women, I mean, that's a pretty powerful it factor, so it's not going to be easy.
With that, we're going to go back to rehearsal, so we don't screw up your
Thank you so much,
pageant tomorrow.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes.